The concept of radiant energy has scientists for over a century, offering the tantalizing possibility of a limitless, free energy source. Among those who explored this phenomenon were Nikola Tesla and Edwin V. Gray. Though they operated in different times, both innovators delved into the mysterious world of high-voltage energy, plasma discharges, and unconventional electrical principles. Edwin V. Gray's work, in particular, brought forward the idea of cold electricity, a form of energy that, unlike conventional electricity, does not heat its loads but instead cools them. This essay explores the principles of radiant energy and cold electricity, with a focus on Edwin V. Gray's contributions and their link to Tesla's earlier work on radiant energy. Radiant energy and high-voltage plasma discharges. Radiant energy is a form of electromagnetic radiation emitted from high-voltage electrical discharges, often accompanied by plasma. One of the most effective ways to produce radiant energy is through the creation of high-voltage sparks in a spark gap, which simultaneously generates high frequency and high voltage. The plasma created in this process emits a unique type of energy, which radiates from the conducting metal rod and is directed inward toward the central conductor attached to the ignition head, plasma. This radiant energy is believed to be different from traditional electrical currents, as it interacts with materials in unique ways. Edwin V. Gray harnessed this radiant energy using a novel approach. He designed a circuit that emitted electrical radiation from the spark gap and used a specially crafted copper matrix grid to collect this energy. The result was what he called cold electricity, named for its curious property of cooling the devices it powered rather than heating them, as conventional electricity does. Gray's circuit operated on principles similar to those described by Tesla decades earlier, but Gray introduced new elements to refine the collection and utilization of this energy. Edwin V. Gray's radiant energy circuit. Gray's radiant energy circuit is notable for its simplicity and effectiveness. His design included a high-voltage discharge across a spark gap, which created a radiant burst of energy. The copper grid collected the energy and routed it to two outputs, one for powering loads and another for charging a battery bank. This dual output system allowed Gray's device to simultaneously deliver cold electricity to motors or other electrical equipment and recharge a battery bank for later use. The recharged batteries could then power an inverter to create alternating current, AC, which could be used in traditional household appliances. Gray's method for collecting radiant energy mirrors Tesla's radiant energy patent from 1901. In this patent, Tesla described a method for capturing high-voltage radiation using an aluminum plate antenna. Tesla's invention used cathode rays to emit electrical radiation, which was collected and converted into usable energy. Although Tesla did not explicitly mention cold electricity, his work laid the groundwork for later inventors like Gray, who would refine and expand upon these early principles. Tesla's radiant energy patent, specifically the fourth type of receiver described in it, shares core elements with Gray's system, suggesting a continuity of ideas between the two inventors. The mystery of cold electricity and its origins. While Edwin V. Gray's work echoes many of Tesla's ideas, Gray did not explicitly credit Tesla in his discoveries. This absence raises intriguing questions about the origins of Gray's knowledge. Some researchers have speculated that both Gray and Tesla may have been tapping into a deeper, older scientific tradition, ether physics. Ether physics, a theory long abandoned by mainstream science, posited the existence of a universal medium, often referred to as the ether through which electromagnetic waves, including radiant energy, could propagate. Some theories link ether physics to the lost empire of Tartaria, suggesting that both Tesla and Gray were rediscovering ancient technologies that had been suppressed by the rise of modern science. Gray's untimely death has fueled these suspicions. His mysterious passing, which some believe was an assassination, has sparked rumors that his work was suppressed because it threatened powerful interests. Just as Tesla's work on free energy was marginalized by the emerging energy industry, some suggest that Gray's radiant energy devices posed a threat to the established order. Whether or not these conspiracy theories hold merit, they add an air of intrigue to Gray's legacy and the broader quest for free energy. Building and applying Gray's. Despite the controversy surrounding Gray's work, his radiant energy device remains a landmark invention in the field of alternative energy. The device's design is relatively straightforward and can be replicated using readily available components. However, modern builders would benefit from using digital pulse controllers and oscillators to improve the precision of the device. These advancements were unavailable to Gray, who relied on electromechanical systems in his original prototypes. Gray's device has two main outputs, one for cold electricity, which can power direct current, DC, motors and other equipment, and one for charging a battery bank to supply AC power. This dual output capability gives Gray's device a flexibility that few other free energy devices can match. Those interested in experimenting with Gray's technology can find schematics and detailed instructions on sites like the Overunity Generator blog, which offers both classic and modern versions of Gray's circuit. Cold electricity for electrotherapy. One particularly exciting application of cold electricity is in electrotherapy. Gray's cold electricity, with its cooling effect, could offer unique therapeutic benefits. Unlike conventional electricity, which generates heat and can damage tissues, cold electricity might be able to stimulate healing processes without harmful side effects. However, much more research is needed to explore the full potential of cold electricity in medical applications. Edwin V. Gray's radiant energy device represents one of the most fascinating explorations of free energy in modern times. Building on ideas that stretch back to Tesla and perhaps even further into the lost knowledge of ether physics, Gray developed a system that collected and utilized a form of energy that defied conventional understanding. His cold electricity circuit holds promise not only for revolutionizing energy production but also for providing new ways to power devices and even treat illnesses. As interest in free energy grows, Gray's work serves as both inspiration and a challenge to continue exploring the frontiers of energy and rediscovering the secrets of radiant power.